What up, Cowboy fans and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic, you know. Today I'm going to go a little off course. Got some Cowboys maintenance to talk about before the real talk of the day. First, Keith O'Quinn, as you recall, is our former special teams coordinator who did a fantastic job last year, making us the worst unit in all of football. For some reason, they thought, you know, you earned yourself another job with the organization as the director of scouting. Now, you're going to be the main guy directing the scouting department, but you couldn't do jack as a coach. Now, you've been scouting before, and, you know, you worked your way up to be a coach. And the last time you were in the scouting department for us was in 2006 to 2008. Now, if you recall those years, you weren't exactly, I don't know his specific job title then, but as a scout back in those days, they weren't that great. From 2006 to 2008, I think there were maybe 6 players that stuck onto the team for more than maybe a year or 2. That's not a great track record out of 3 straight drafts. 2006 to 2007, pretty much unremarkable drafts. Absolutely nobody came out of those drafts that made a dent other than bottom of the depth chart. 2008, yeah, Martellus Bennett, guys like them, Mike Jenkins. He hit on those guys, and about 4 or 5 guys out of that draft. But I don't know his position where he was then, but he wasn't that great back then. So I'm kind of apprehensive in him heading the department again, since he didn't do that great last time. But thankfully, Will McClay will be over him, so we got that in place. Sean Lee and Jason Witten. More than likely, Jason Witten's already said he wants to play in 2020. Much like Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, and Drew Brees, they all want to play in 2020. But right now, Drew Brees is the only one guaranteed to play with his team. Jason Witten has already talked to Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones, and Stephen Jones about a return. We don't know what came of the talk, but they said it was positive and very uplifting. So they're going to talk again before free agency opens. So we don't know, but Jason Witten's definitely said he's going to play somewhere. He's going to exhaust all avenues of playing in 2020 before he even considers doing a coaching job. Sean Lee is probably going to be the same. Of course, the Cowboys are their forever homes, but in the long scheme of things, you know, even Hall of Famers don't always stay with the same team their whole careers, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. Byron Jones. The talk about him now is, of course, that he'd be like one of the most coveted free agents out here, probably the top corner in free agency this year. And now, not only are, I think, Denver Broncos linked to him, but also every other team in the NFC East. So let the crazy season begin, because, of course, Philly would love to have him, the Giants would love to have him, and the Redskins would love to have him. They just cut Josh Norman. So, and every team in the NFC East needs a corner. And who better than the guy who locked them down than to do it against us? So we'll have to see if he hits free agency or not. And if he does, who will be the ones that break the bank for him? Now, I don't know everybody's salary cap issues, but you're going to have to pay him top dollar. And that's like the only reason why we're not trying to bring him back. Now, is it worth it? I mean, he shuts down half the field. That's what he does. He's not a turnover machine or a ball hawker by any sense, but he can definitely make sure that nothing's going down his way, at least. And that's something that these other teams in the NFC East will like more than anything, is to just not have somebody score on them all the time. All right. Now on to the main course. Not too often do I tell a Cowboy legend to shut up. But in this instance, Emmitt Smith, shut up. How dare you sit up here and tell Dak Prescott what he needs to do with his money? Because it's funny. You tell him to take a team-friendly discount, leave money on the table for the rest of the team, make yours up endorsements. Really? Because as I recall, you were Mr. Badass back in 92, 93 that wanted to hold out to be the top-paid running back at the time. And who was the endorsements from starter? Oh, it was Emmitt Smith. Nobody told you to stay out of their business and take a team-friendly deal, did they? Not at all. You decided to hold out into the season. Funny how, you know, nobody wants to talk about their money, but they'll go on record talking about anybody else's money. I thought that was a no-no in the league. But, you know, people have their opinions. Everybody's got their opinion, except for the actual players involved. Dak Prescott, who has made it known just how much he wants to play and how he does not want to be on a franchise tag. He has not gave specific numbers. Those are rumors going around every single where. But you have to imagine he's not going to want to get paid less than his contemporaries in the same draft class. Duh. I mean, aside from not having more playoff success, he's outperformed these guys in the regular season. So, you know, why are y'all even arguing about that point? There's a couple things they've said that it could be about. The guaranteed money. They said that he would have been willing for that $33 a year last season, but the guaranteed money was only $90 million. So that was still putting you $20 million short of Jared Goff in guarantees. Who would want that? That's not happening. And secondly is the years. They're trying to do a Tony Romo on him and lock him in for 6 years, basically taking him for the bulk of his prime. And if he comes out and he starts being a bum after 6 years, they can just get rid of him. And he's never going to earn that third contract. He wants another contract after this one. That's why he's trying so hard to get more guarantees now. So when 3 or 4 years, the contract he wants, he can cash in again. But that seems to be some of the sticking points that I've heard about. Maybe you've heard differently. That's what I've heard. But that's my main thing today, is that Emmitt Smith shouldn't even be talking about it. Hey, Cowboys are going to do what they do. You shouldn't have a word in it other than your opinion. And your opinion is that he should take a team-friendly deal, even though you're a hypocrite for not doing it yourself. But that's whatever. He's a Hall of Fame legend for the Cowboys, but guess what? You didn't end up with the Cowboys your whole career either, sir. So, don't even start talking about contracts, money, and should players stay or go with the team, because you're not one to talk. But I love you. Much respect, Emmitt Smith. I'm glad you did what you did for the Cowboys. And it is what it is. That's your opinion. That was mine. All right. I hope y'all have a good day. I hope it doesn't snow tomorrow. We got winter storm warnings around here. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Happy Hump Day. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.